It does not look like it's snowing.
Happy birthday, Grayson.
Okay.
Little ice.
That's little ice shoes. We call that snow.
Actually, you're
So,
You
good
are
news,
not
bad
as a
news.
gold star. Sorry.
Oh, are you telling Grayson? Yes.
I'm happy with it.
Yes. So we do have another cheat sheet, but it is a single page, so you're not dealing with a lot.
So I can get rid of this.
No, you have an exam.
You give us your ring on.
I feel like you should probably study for said exam.
If I get waivers, I don't know what I'm gonna get. If I get waivers.
That means I don't have to grade it. Javon, I love that you just have to have something to whine about every time. You're gonna find out.
It's like it's the one.
Oh yeah, vectors. Grayson, you're gonna love this chapter.
He comes up.
Back there. Oh, did I watch the movie?
No. Sorry. Okay, so we are in chapter 6. So I don't know if you think that was good news or bad news. That we are done with that purple paper. So we are doing chapter 6 significantly shorter than chapter 5. So if you were like, that was a long haul through trigonometry, it was. So good news, mostly done with trigonometry. There's a little bit of trig in this chapter, but it's nothing like the other one. No circles, all just formulas. Your calculator will stay in degree mode in this chapter. Okay, so there's no radians, there's no circle, there's no solving equations, like trig equations. So pretty easy. Chapter 6 is labeled additional topics in trigonometry. But we actually spend a decent amount of the time talking about vectors, and we talk about vectors because they do have a relationship to trigonometry. But the vector math itself does not have a lot of trig in it. So a little bit of trigonometry, but nothing as intense as what we were doing. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is the law of sines. Now, the difference between what we did and what we are doing that says law of sines, Javon. The difference between what we did and what we are doing is everything that we talked about in chapter 4 and chapter 5 involves right triangles. Right triangles. So what we're talking about in this chapter are non-right triangles. Non-right triangles, I believe, are called oblique triangles. Okay, so pretty much this whole chapter is non-right triangles. There's much less that we can talk about because they're not right triangles, which is why this chapter is shorter. So these are called oblique triangles. Okay, so one thing you need to know is that in general, and this is true in geometry class, trigonometry class, whatever, angles are labeled with big letters, capital letters, and sides tend to be labeled with lowercase letters. That's some pretty standard notation that you need to know because there's going to be lots of A's, B's, and C's floating around in our formulas. So lowercase are sides, uppercase are angles. The other thing that is true is that if this is angle A, always opposite of angle A is going to be the little a. So big, like the angles are opposite their sides and labeled accordingly. So this is going to be B and this is going to be C. Okay, that is very standard notation, not just making it up here. Did you guys talk law of sines in geometry class? Do you remember? I mean, I know it's a long time ago. Remember that? Yeah, because you would have seen that in geometry class where they're labeled opposite. Okay, so the law of sines. Law of sines. Yeah, this is the law of sines, but you may want to write it on your pink paper because you're going to need it. Let me get my pink paper and see, because there's two different ways to write this, which don't freak out because they're not hard. I did give them both. Give them both. Okay, now, the other way that this could be written, and they're both on my paper that you get on quizzes and tests, so it could also be written upside down. The only reason that you might switch that has to do with what information you have. It's not really a big deal. You solve them the same way, but you would see both of those. So you can use whichever one you want. All we did here is flip everything over, and we know that that's legal fraction math. Okay, so this is weird. The law of sines is weird because what the heck is up with two equal signs? All this is saying is that to solve this, you need two of those fractions, but it can be any two. So you could have information about A and B. You could have information about A and C. You could have information about B and C. It doesn't matter. It's just, you got to have two. So the law of sines works like this. It's super easy. So let's say we have A is 57 degrees, and this is 12, and this is 84 degrees, and we want to find X. Now, the most important thing about the law of sines is in order to use it, you have to have a complete pair. And by a complete pair, I mean you have to have an angle and his opposite side. If you don't have that, you either have to have been provided a way to get it, or it's not the law of sines that you're using. It's the law of cosines, which is the next lesson. Okay, so super easy. You're just going to say, it doesn't matter whether we use this one or the other one. I'm going to put the side length on top. So it's 12 over the sine of 57 equals side X over the sine of 84. So it's called the law of sines because you use sines in it, not because it's right triangles. So let me make sure that you know that. And then this is an easy solve. What are you going to do? Yeah, cross. So we got a couple. I like to just cross multiply always. Or you could multiply by the sine of 84. You'll get the same answer. Okay, so if I cross multiply, I have sine of 84 times 12 equals the sine of 57 times X. Make sure that you switched to degree mode. Otherwise, you will get it wrong. And we will not be switching back, I believe. Put it all in one. all in one step in your calculator because your calculator can handle it. Just make sure that you close the parentheses after the sign of 84. What do we get? 14.23, right? 14.23. 229 though. Okay. So law of sines, super easy. Okay, well, you already used 12. Let's go 15x. Okay, so here's another one. Okay, what appears to be the problem initially? We're missing an angle. We don't have that matching pair, right? I have to have an angle in its opposite side. But there's enough information to get it. Triangle's 180 degrees. 59. Now you have enough information to use the law of sines. So go ahead and do that for me, please. So just so you know, you could do it upside down too. Doesn't matter. Sine of 84 over x. It's just still cross multiply and divide. What do you guys get? Do you guys agree?
Yes.
17.4? 17.4. Okay, so 17.4. Because this was 40 and this was 22. 9. Javon, why? I don't really care about sig figs.
Well, you gotta be difficult, man. Oh, I moved out of Friday.
Like houses?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like I had to pack my whole house. So.
Didn't you move this last year?
Yeah. What's it to you? Can I manage my relaxing? I'm on the come up and like, just let me move. So.
Okay, so there you go. Couple things we need to remember. Vertical is straight up and down. That's important. That wasn't the one I was thinking of that we should remember. The point 30 meters from the base of the tree. There we go. The angle of elevation to the top of the tree. So angle of elevation, horizontal and up.
Shoot, I need a piece of paper to visualize this.
Okay, 22.5 degrees. Now, we're looking for the height of the tree, or how tall the tree is. So let me say this. I'm going to say this once to make sure you're listening. There's a question like this on the test that people get wrong. Okay? So my question for you is, how large is that angle? Why? Correct. If it was straight vertical, it would be 90. But it's 6 degrees beyond vertical, so 96 degrees. Because of the wind, right? Now you have enough information to figure out how tall the tree is. Please do that. Okay, how tall is the tree?
Meters.
30.1 then?
I did 13.06. 13.1.
Okay. So again, you can find that missing angle because it's the same situation. How much is the missing angle? 61.5. Correct. Okay, so we've got sine of 61.5 over 30 equals sine of 22.5 over x. Cross multiply and divide. 30 sine divided by sine. Yep, 13.06. My book is wrong. Always good. Okay, now, do you guys have any questions about basic law of sines? Not hard, right? Especially after what we were doing, right? This seems like light work. So, here's what I want you to realize. Do you remember, go back to geometry class. Do you remember if you see something like that, what does that refer to? Do you remember?
SAS. Is S-A-S.
What's the S stand for? Yeah, this is side angle side. So law, no, we're not doing proofs. Okay. law of sines. Law of sines works for two angles given. Okay, so angle, angle, side, and angle, side, angle. Both of these that we did, this one was angle, angle, side. This one was angle, side, angle.
Wasn't side angle?
Side, side angle is an illegal one, which is what I needed you to remember.
I
So
thought it was angle side was illegal.
same.
Both of them, yeah, they're both.
So
It's the same thing, Alan.
Wait.
Jeez, Alan, what are you doing?
okay, so the law of sines, the law of sines works when two angles are given. Angle, side, angle, or angle, side, what? Angle, side, angle, or angle, angle, side. Okay, now here's the weird thing. For side, side, angle, or angle, side, side, whichever way you want to prefer, it still will work, but this one has some weird stuff attached to it, which it's the one that doesn't work for symmetry. This creates something called the ambiguous case.
You gotta do like the weird thing with like the inverse of the sign.
No.
No, never mind.
Okay?
No, Connor, you're completely and way off.
I stopped talking. Come on, you've been talking a lot.
Notice that.
Please apologize and say 3 nice things to Connor.
Yeah.
Are you put ups?
Are you supposed to be my mom?
3 put ups.
Okay, so
Yeah, because you gotta put
You
some.
put him down once for 3 put-ups.
Can we be on task?
I would love that, right? Case.
Case closed.
Okay, so when you have angle, side, angle, 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 side, it's going to work out for you unless I screwed up and gave you angles that don't actually work. Okay, if you have side, side, angle, there are 3 possible things that could happen here.
What's so funny about it?
Okay, there are 3 possibilities. The first possibility is that there's no solution.
That's
Actually, it's not.
Ooh, you're wrong.
Okay, you'll know it's no solution if you go to solve it and it doesn't work. Like, that's easy. You don't have to think about it. You'll just do sine inverse or something and it won't work. Okay. And we'll talk about each of these in just a second. The second one is that there's one triangle, just like the ones we did. That's pretty self-explanatory. One triangle is one triangle. But the ambiguous case, that's the thing that we're talking about, is there actually could be 2 triangles. Okay, so you guys got that written down? Okay. I actually don't want the, oh, never mind. Oh, sorry. Yep, I thought I did and didn't. There you go.
Well, if you tell me, we'll try.
Yep, I want you to see what happens, okay?
Wait, is there something about
Only one of the degrees that I know.
So notice that with 2 sides and an angle this time. 2 sides and an angle. That's different than what we've had before. We had 2 angles, 1 side. Now I have 2 sides and angles. So this is side, side, angle. This is the one that's bad. Bad. So I told you that one of the things that will happen is that there's no possible triangle. And this is what happens. If you try to do this, this will be what happens. Okay, so notice I'm not drawing a triangle because there isn't a triangle that actually works. So I'm going to go 15 over what would be on the bottom of the 15. Sine of 85. And so then that's got to be 25 over sine of b. Well, so cross multiply. So 15 sine b is equal to 25 sine 85. You can keep going. What do you have to do? 1 by 15. So sine b is equal to whatever you get when you do that. 25 sine 85 divided by 15. I have 1.66. What are you going to do to get b? We did that already. Sine inverse, right? Sine inverse.
The size between 0 and 1. Boom. What is it? No solution because sine is between 0 and 1.
Yeah.
Right? Sine has to be between 0 and 1. So if you catch that here, that the sine can't be larger than 1, then you go, oh, sine can't be larger than 1. But if you don't catch it and you try sine inverse of that, sine inverse 1.66, I'll give you a snarky answer on your calculator. Okay, so this is not a possible triangle. Okay, so that's what happens. So if you're working away and you're like, this didn't work out because it's not possible. That's one of the potential things that happens when we have side-side angle. Okay, so this is the no triangle one. Okay, so let's look at what it looks like when there's 1. I'm not going to look at what it looks like when it's 1. Yeah, I am. Okay, so this one would be 1 solution. Okay, there you go. Other side. So there you go. I've got another triangle. I gave you AB and angle A. I would like you to find the other sides in the angles. Even though it's side-side angle, there's no funny business here. It's up to you. You don't need to.
We are the lower cases. Yeah, they are. So
That's wrong.
that's not.
That's what I think it says. Yeah, no. No. I don't. That's yeah, why don't you just do it on your own calculator instead of looking at my calculator? Yeah, facts. Your own.
Could tell you usually like making you answer conversation. So you could tell that.
I decided to be a peacemaker,
From church.
yeah, it's part of the world. Come on.
Hey, dogs. Can't let the dogs. take a random guess here and guess the 8 side of the hypotenuse.
It's not a right triangle. There is no hypotenuse.
Yeah.
No, watch. There is.
No.
I'm gonna get that other
You guys, so you should, when you're done, you should have another side and another angle. See? Other side and the angles.
Oh. So then I got trying to the angle. I got the angle. No, that's the angle. That's the big one. So can you show me the other problem?
This one?
When you sign it, there's the ink. So I don't need that.
So the first thing you should be able to find is sine B. So 12 times sine 42 equals 22 sine B, and divide by 22. So 12 sine 42 divided by 22. So we've got 0.39498 equals sine B. Okay, so you can sine inverse that. What do you get for angle B? 21.41. So, you guys, if you have to find the angle, the missing angle, you know one is 42 and one is 21. What's the other one? Or tell me how you find it.
It's like 120 something.
You minus both of those from 180 and you can find the other one. We'll pick up right there tomorrow.
It's 116.51.
We're 59.
I did it in my head, so I might have to.
Nope, it wasn't. But you were close.